So after 12 days of fever and symptoms, the PCR test showed that my husband and I were COVID positive. KKM didn't contact us, but then my Sejahtera turned red, and in that we were informed to be home quarantine and to key in our health status every morning. It was good that we had with us our blood pressure gauge, oximeter to measure our pulse rate as well as the oxygen level, and also a temperature scanner. So all these had to be keyed in very early in the morning into my Sejahtera. My major concern was that I should not infect anyone else, so I quickly informed friends and family that we are in home quarantine. Some very concerned friends told me that I should be hospitalized because my oxygen levels are too low and I may have difficulty breathing later. And there are others who suggested that I should take ivermectin. However, I didn't want any quick fix solutions. I wanted to heal naturally, and my main aim was to make sure that my lungs are not will not be damaged. I know that healing naturally in a wholesome way will take a long time. It was a good thing that I spoke to a friend who gave me the contact number of a holistic healthcare practitioner. So when I spoke to this holistic doctor, she gave me, she suggested an immunity booster kit. And in this booster kit, there were herbs that I was very familiar with, like kalonji, which is actually black cumin, nilavembu, which is actually andrographics, and few other herbs that are usually used in Ayurvedic medicine and Chinese traditional medicine. They're basically to detox our system, strengthen our immunity, as well as to strengthen the respiratory system. I knew these herbs are all very safe and can be used for a very long period of time without any side effects. On the 13th day, we started on the immunity booster kit. We also did steam inhalation twice a day, and this helped to loosen the mucus in the airways. Within 2 or 3 days, the fever disappeared and the frequency of coughing too reduced. This was our daily routine. We used to get up at 6:30 in the morning, do steam inhalation. By 7:30, we were out in the bright sunlight. It was actually amazing that for 10 days of our recovery period, it didn't rain a single day. Nature graced us with bright sunlight, and I did chest expansion exercises and absorbed the goodness of sunlight. As you all know, sunlight is needed to make serotonin as well as vitamin D, and this boosts our immune system. Also, I spent a lot of time doing breathing exercises under the neem tree. In the mid-mornings and afternoons, I napped under nature's oxygen tank. That is my neem tree. As you all know, neem tree gives out more oxygen than most trees. We kept our house well ventilated. All the windows were open throughout the day, and my bedroom window was open even at night. No air conditioning was used, and even if I switch on the fan, because they were all very hot days, it was at its lowest speed. I also made sure that I showered at least 3 to 4 times a day to keep clean as well as to cool down my body. As for my diet, I found a caterer who did home cooked meals of South Indian dishes. South Indian dishes usually use turmeric, cumin, ginger, pepper, curry leaves. So these are all healing herbs for the respiratory system as well. I also requested for her to cook for me mung dal almost every day, and she accommodated it. I stayed away from dairy products like milk and yogurt, but added ghee to my diet because it helps to build the immune system. We stayed away from inflammatory food as well, like chilies and fermented food items. We also ate lots of papayas, oranges, and pineapples, and kept ourselves hydrated the whole day with my ginger lemon decoction and frequently drinking hot water. In the daytime, I spent happy moments doing repetitive vocal chanting or sometimes even singing. The vibrations from all this slowed down my breathing, and I was able to find a natural breathing rhythm that helped me to strengthen my lungs as well. One of the things that aided in my quick recovery is interaction with supportive friends and family. I have friends who call me every day without fail to check on my progress, and they motivated as well as cheered me on till my recovery day. By day 18, I could do deep breathing and really felt energized. And on day 22, my Sejahtera showed that our quarantine period is over and we are low risk and no symptoms. The following day, we sanitized the whole house thoroughly. For me, this whole process of the infection as well as the recovery has been a learning curve. It is something that I shall value and share with others. How well one recovers depends on the different stages of the infection. Even though the infection rate is going up daily at this point, the recovery rate is also very high. So it looks like our pandemic is becoming an endemic. Just like the common cold, it may stay in our society. It's just that we have to find ways and means to live with it without dying and infecting others. When I look at the statistics, majority of those who have lost their lives to this infection are those in old age and those whose immunity levels have dropped, and also those who have comorbidities. My friends, our economy has to open up now. Many are dying not only because of COVID-19, but they are also dying because of the situation lockdowns have created. Vaccines are helping. So when we open up our economies, it is very important that all of us strictly adhere to SOPs, get vaccinated, and focus on building a very strong immune system. Even to face the threat of new viruses in the future, the young ones, no, actually everyone, should adopt a diet and lifestyle that can prevent diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and so on. And they must start at a very young age. It is my wish and prayers that everyone works consciously to ending this pandemic. So do stay safe and be healthy.